Доброго времени суток, дорогие друзья! Приветствую вас на канале Душевных игр, с вами снова Тей, капитан Шепард. Мы продолжаем играть в Mass Effect. И, друзья, я сразу предупреждаю, это будет серия достаточно такая мирная, политическая, и больше напоминать интерактивный фильм. То есть экшена в этой серии, скорее всего, не будет, потому что я планирую слетать на цитадель и посмотреть, что и как. Я посмотрел немножко некоторые квесты, которые я упустил, значит, поэтому я заранее извиняюсь, я проскипаю 3 квеста, которые мы уже брали, но в моем вот этом вот версии, которую я восстанавливал, я их не успел взять. Это, собственно, квест с Луной и сбунтовавшимся искусственным интеллектом. Это квест по сдаче данных Фиска. Они у меня, поэтому просто увидим репортершу, ей их сдадим. И это знакомство с фанатом Вагнером. Вот. Так что вот эти 3 момента мы упустили. И дадим ему еще один раз. Вот. Все остальное же, друзья, с этого, вот как только я закончу эти 3 точки, можно считать, что у нас все полностью восстановленное прохождение именно в том виде, в каком оно было до этого. Все варианты диалога, все, что было вот в остальных всех вещах, я все дословно копировал, то есть прям сверяясь с записями. Так что, друзья, все у нас будет теперь хорошо, а мы давайте пообщаемся с нашими 2 девочками. Потому что теоретически с одной из них, с Лиарой, по-моему, либо с Эшли, у Шепарда может быть роман. Я еще не знаю, может быть, у него его не будет ни с кем, либо с кем-нибудь из них. Так что смотрите, если вам вдруг кто-нибудь понравился, пишите в комментариях. Это обязательно, думаю, повлияет на мои мысли по этому поводу.
Oh, before I go, you said you're serving with Commander Shepard now? We saw him on the news here. He's cute. Later, sis.
Подстава.
Tell me you didn't hear that.
Afraid I did.
Oh, shoot me now.
Да ладно.
One of my sisters. That's Sarah, the youngest.
Много
What's up?
сестер.
You didn't come by to eavesdrop on family mail.
Там много сестер.
Your family seems to be important to you.
Yeah, we've always been close. Me and my sisters especially. With Dad on duty so much, I had to help Mom raise them.
You have more than one sister? Sounds like a big family.
Yeah, I'm the oldest, then Abby, then Lynn. Sarah's the youngest. She's still in high school. With 4 girls, Dad used to say he felt more outnumbered at home than on maneuvers.
Did your father serve with the fleet?
Yeah, took any crap posting he could get that offered space time. You know what? He worked his ass off trying to get recognized, but he never made it above serviceman 3rd class. He was real proud when I made chief. First thing he did was salute.
Рядовой 3-го класса — это вообще самая низкая должность.
What about your mother? You haven't mentioned her.
You must know what military wives are like. Strong because they have to be, able to raise kids while Dad's away on a 6-month cruise. She has a degree in planetary geology. She and Dad both wanted to see new worlds. She gave up her career to raise us, though.
Ну да, у нас же то же самое. Мы же по Шепарду по предустановке-то, помните, ставили ему как раз то, что он в такой же семье вырос.
I was an only child, but I get the idea. At least one of my parents was always on duty.
Yeah, military families, eh? With schedules like that, it's a wonder we ever have kids anymore. Things were tense between Sarah and me for a while. Then we bonded.
Sounds like a story. Feel like sharing?
Sarah got herself a boyfriend who wanted to go faster than she did, Mike. I didn't think he was a bad kid, just pushy. Lynn would send me these worried vid mails, and I'd tell her to relax.
Where were you when this was going on?
I was on active duty. Sarah's graduating high school this year. This was only a couple of years back. They were on Amaterasu. At the time, I was assigned to Chernobog. Same cluster, but a dozen Hellwire away. Close enough to talk regularly, too far to make it back in an emergency. I couldn't afford a fast packet flight.
The male pursues the female. That's their nature. In the genes.
They're gonna keep their genes on around my sisters. Unless they want to get up close and personal with pruning shears. Mike thought they'd go for a romantic walk in the woods, because he figured it was past time they did the deed. She levered Mike face first into a tree and left. Didn't have a scratch on her. Good thing Mom and Dad had us all learn some kind of self-defense. I took emergency leave and walked Sarah to school for a few days.
Ого.
You said all of your sisters learned self-defense?
Lynn did pistol practice, but didn't like it. She's kind of nervous. Sarah took Aikido. Abby decided to learn the sword. She always was a little weird. Likes big skirts and tops you have to tie her into. They do great things to her figure, though.
So, what did you learn?
One of Dad's friends taught me Marine hand to hand.
Круто. Так, а что стало с Майком?
Did anything happen while you were home?
My last day out, Mike was waiting for us. Sarah had told her friends, so everyone at school knew what he did. He wasn't happy. I wanted to snap him in half, but Sarah gave me this look, this let me handle it, I need to do this alone look. She kept her cool, God bless her, as he screamed in her face. She just let him vent. Then he tried to punch her. I swear, she just flowed around him. Next thing I knew, he's face down on the sidewalk, and there's blood everywhere.
Нифига себе.
That's unbelievable. Sarah must be as good as you.
Better. I'm more or less a straight-up puncher. When he swung, she wasn't there anymore, and he fell. She helped him stop the bleeding and had me call an ambulance. She told the paramedics he fell. Before they took him to the hospital, Mike touched Sarah's arm. I thought he was gonna end up on the ground again. But he hung his head, whispered, "I'm sorry," and started crying. And she hugged him. The Williams women are a decisive bunch, Commander. We do things when we're ready. Not before, not after.
А где отец был?
Where was your father during this? Wasn't your family stationed near him?
Dad always wanted to serve in space, but he wanted us to have real ground under our feet. He'd say, space is beautiful, but you can't raise a family there. I cannot rest from travel. I will drink life to the lees. All times I have enjoyed greatly,
Ты же,
have
по-моему,
suffered
Одиссея.
greatly, both with those that loved me and alone.
Или нет?
For always
Всё
roaming with
похоже.
a hungry heart, much have I seen and known, cities of men and manners, climates, councils, governments.
Теннисон. Офигеть.
I never thought I'd hear you reciting poetry.
Just because I can drill you between the eyes at 100 meters doesn't mean I can't like sensitive stuff. Just don't spread it around. Ulysses was my dad's favorite poem. Every time he shipped out, he recorded me reading it. He had a dozen versions when he retired.
То есть я попал по теме, но не попал по автору.
Does he still like it?
I sure hope so. I read it to his grave every time I go home. Dad passed on a few years back. He's probably still watching, though. So behave.
You mean from wherever we go after death?
Dead on, Skipper. He's with God now. That's not a problem with you, is it? That I believe in God?
Что-то она мне очень нравится. Все больше и больше. Она клевая.
You know that old saw, there's never an atheist in a foxhole? I've been in a lot of foxholes.
Yeah, I guess you have. I've met a few people who were really weirded out by my faith. Because I work in space, I can't believe in a higher power? Jeez. Hello, have you people looked out the window? How can you look at this galaxy and not believe in something? I should get back to my duties. Didn't mean to take up so much of your time.
Про Ляру что скажешь?
What's your opinion on the last mission?
Not sure I buy Dr. Tassoni's story about her and her mom not talking. They're family, right?
Ну да, это у тебя такая семья. У нее вот...
Not everyone's as close to their family as you are.
Yeah, that's true. It's funny, I never really thought about that before. Too bad those ruins got destroyed. I mean, they lasted thousands of years. That's impressive.
We'll talk later, Williams.
Looking forward to it, Skipper.
Клево. Она здесь, по-моему, была где-то. По-моему, она к врачу собиралась, если я правильно помню, забирать. И если так, то она должна быть здесь. Или нет? А, да, вот точно она здесь.
Commander, are you coming to check up on me?
Ну, сразу на рожон близко лезть не будем.
You look much better. How are you feeling?
Dr. Chakwas assures me I am going to be fine. I was impressed with her knowledge of Asari physiology.
You're in good hands. Dr. Chakwas knows what she's doing.
I never properly thanked you for saving me from the Geth, Commander. If you hadn't shown up...
Ну, это действительно.
I had to save you. You can help me stop Saren.
I know you took a chance bringing me aboard this ship. I have seen the way your crew looks at me. They do not trust me. But I am not like Benezia. I will do whatever I can to help you stop Saren. I promise.
Ну, в этом плане я и верю, конечно.
Don't worry, Liara. I trust you. I know you won't let me down.
It means a lot to hear you say that, Commander. Thank you.
Давайте узнаем поподробнее. Короче, ну, сначала про Бенезию, а потом уже по культуру.
Do you know why Benezia joined up with Saren?
I don't understand it. She was always outspoken about the need for the Asari to become more involved in shaping galactic events. Maybe she thought allying herself with Saren would somehow be for the greater good in the long run. At least I hope so.
This hurts you, doesn't it?
None of this makes any sense to me. I have not spoken to Benezia in many years, but I know her, and this was not like her. Something changed.
Ну да, мы уже выяснили, что Сарен использует какой-то специфический очень корабль. Я так подозреваю, что это вообще корабль вот тех самых жнецов, я так понимаю, нажинателей. И что у них, видимо, у этого корабля офигенная способность внушения есть. И он ее сейчас использует в своих целях.
I'd like to know more about the Asari.
We were the first species to discover the Citadel. We were instrumental in forming the Council, and we always strive to be the voice of peaceful cooperation in galactic disputes. My people believe we are all part of a single galactic community. Each species contributes something to the greater whole. Although we seek to understand other species, it seems few of them seek to understand us. The galaxy is filled with rumors and misinformation about my people.
Интересно.
Like what?
Most of the inaccuracies are centered around our mating rituals. My species is monogendered. Male and female have no real meaning for us. We still require a partner to reproduce. This second parent, however, may be of any species and any gender.
Любому? Офигеть. Это как?
I don't understand. Your species can mate with anyone?
Mating is not quite the proper term, not as you understand it. Physical contact may or may not be involved, but it is not an essential element of the union. The true connection is mental. Our physiology allows us to meld with other beings. We can touch the very depths of their minds. We explore the genetic memory of their species. We share the most basic elements of their individual and racial identities. We then pass these traits on to our daughters. It is how we learn to grow as a species and how we develop a greater understanding of other races.
What happens to your partner after the union?
Every relationship is different. Some unions are a single encounter with both parents parting ways afterwards. Others can be more long-term. Sometimes an Asari and her partner will stay together for many decades.
Да, кстати, как же разница в возрасте?
You Asari live for 1,000 years. What happens when your partner dies?
Few sapient species live as long as my kind. We have learned to take a philosophical approach to our unions. We do not focus on the inevitable loss of our partners. Instead, we enjoy the time we spend with them. And even after they're gone, a part of them lives on in us. The union is a connection that transcends both time and space.
Какие клевые.
Do you know who Matriarch Benezia chose as her partner?
She rarely spoke of her partner. Though I know my father, if you want to use that term, was another Asari.
А, ну логично, что так бывает, да, иначе они бы все...
I thought you always needed another species to serve as one of the parents.
Think about it, Shepard. If we were not able to mate with our own species,
Ну
we
да,
would have
вот
died out
логично.
long before we ever mastered spaceflight and left our homeworld. Union with our own kind is no longer common, not for the purposes of reproduction. Most Asari believe it weakens our species. Asari daughters inherit racial traits from the father species. If both parents are Asari, then nothing has been gained, or so conventional wisdom would hold. I am what is sometimes called a pureblood, though no Asari would ever be cruel enough to say the word to my face. It is a great insult among my people. It is possible Benezia's partner was embarrassed by their union. She may have been too ashamed to publicly acknowledge me as her offspring.
What?
How could anyone abandon their own child?
I cannot answer that. This is all speculation on my part. It is possible she wanted to be part of my life, but something happened to her before she had the chance. Benezia never spoke of her partner. Whatever happened, it caused her too much pain to dwell on it. She raised me by herself, though that is not uncommon. Many Asari raise their children alone, particularly if the father species is short-lived. Often the partner will pass on long before the child reaches maturity.
Нехило. Я хотел немножко другое.
I should go.
Goodbye, Commander.
Да, я хотел бы еще про нее поговорить.
I get the feeling you want to ask me something, Commander.
Ну да.
Tell me about yourself, Liara.
Me? I am afraid I am not very interesting, Commander. I spend most of my time on remote digs, unearthing mundane items buried in long-forgotten Prothean ruins.
You must enjoy something about it.
I love my work. Seeking out history's lost secrets has a special appeal for me. You were actually touched by working Prothean technology. That is why I find you so fascinating, Commander.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like you want to dissect me in a lab somewhere.
What? No, I did not mean to insinuate. I never meant to offend you, Shepard. I only meant that you would be an interesting specimen for an in-depth study. No, that's even worse.
Calm down, Liara. I was only joking.
Joking? Oh, by the goddess, how could I be so dense? You must think I am a complete and utter fool. Now you know why I prefer to spend my time in the field with data disks and computers. I always seem to say something embarrassing around other people. Please, just pretend this conversation never happened.
I should go.
Goodbye, Shepard.
Это было забавно. Ну что ж, друзья, я думаю, тогда нам самое время сейчас отправиться на цитадель. Давненько мы там не были, а у нас там накопилось некоторое количество дел. Насколько я помню, нас там вызвала одна специфическая особа, просила помощи именно спектра.
Good timing, Commander. We got a transmission coming in from the Citadel. Top priority clearance.
А мы как раз туда. Это от кого?
Is it the ambassador?
It's not his signature. I think it's from the Council. I'll patch it through to the comm room.
Мы же только недавно с ними разговаривали.
Commander Shepard, we've received information that may be critical to your mission against Saren.
То наезжаете, а теперь готовы помогать. Действительно.
You didn't seem that interested in helping me before. Why now?
The Council agreed that Saren was dangerous, Commander. That was why we made you a Spectre. We only balked at unleashing the full force of the Citadel fleet against him.
Nobody on the Council wants to see you fail, so we contacted you with this latest information.
We've received an urgent message from one of our infiltration regiments in the Traverse.
I'm listening.
We currently have several infiltration units scattered throughout the border regions of Citadel space. This particular unit was gathering intel on Saren.
Интересно.
What did they find?
Unfortunately, the message we received was little more than static. The infiltration team must be in a situation where they can't set up proper interstellar communications. But the message was sent on a channel reserved for mission-critical communications. Whatever they were trying to tell us, we know it was important. Considering your interest in Saren, we thought you might want to investigate this. Find out what happened to our team. The signal originated from the planet Vermeer.
Интересно, хорошо.
I'll look into it.
The Council prefers not to become involved in the specifics of Spectre activities. We only want you to be aware of all your options, including Vermeer. Good luck, Commander Shepard. We will keep you advised if we learn anything else.
Круто. Итак, у нас добавилось еще одно место. Ну, я думаю, это оказалось не так срочно, как я думал, так что мы туда можем прилететь попозже. Уходим из террума. У нас тут есть цитадель.
Commander, urgent message from Alliance Command coming in. I'll patch it through.
Shepard, this is Admiral Hackett from Alliance Command. We've got a situation here, and you're the
это как раз то, что у нас было.
How come every time...
One of the VIs we use to... We need you to fight your way...
Да, это как раз мы уже видели. Ну что ж, друзья, возвращаемся. Так, ну все, теперь можно собирать команду. Привет, Джогер, как дела?
I prefer gold to silver, you know, for my medal. I figured you'd recommend me for one since I pulled your boots out of the fire.
If we present you with a medal, you'll end up sitting on stage listening to politicians make speeches for a couple of hours. Fun.
That's a good point. They'd probably make me shave, too. I spent the last 7 weeks working on this baby. No medal's worth that. So, Commander, why don't you tell me why you're really here?
I have to go.
All right, see ya.
Так, кого бы нам с собой взять? Да, возьмем как раз ее. Выгулим Лиару немножко.
Equalizing interior pressure with exterior atmosphere.
И, кстати, да, здесь, я думаю, можно снять шлема, в принципе.
Logged. The commanding officer is ashore. Exo Presley has the deck.
Так, Лиарочка, давай-ка мы тебя прокачаем. О, у тебя тоже есть первая помощь. Это хорошо. Сразу раз. 2, 3, 4, 5. Сингулярность у меня есть. Так, сингулярность, это интересно. Круто. Вот так мы ее прокачаем. А, еще ученый Лазарь потом. Ну, это потом. Так, у тебя что? У тебя подъем тихонечку получается. Так, у меня все уже есть. Так, друзья, ну что ж, сохранимся. Так, и для начала... Так, я вижу, нас уже тут ждут.
10 hut!
At ease. Rear Admiral Mihailovic, 5th Fleet.
О!
We weren't told to expect you, sir. I would have prepared a formal greeting.
Spare me the pleasantries. I command the 63rd Scout Flotilla. You and the Normandy were slated for my unit after shakedown. Then the Council got their paws, claws, tentacles, whatever. They got them on our ship and you.
Так, что-то мне уже не очень нравится. Товарищ, давай ты будешь вести себя адекватно.
I still serve the Alliance, sir. As a Spectre, I can advance our interests to the Council.
You still know what color your blood is, Shepard? I don't begrudge the politician's decision to throw you to the Council. It's an opportunity. I do begrudge this over-designed piece of tin, though.
Что-то он меня бесит уже. Забывает, с кем разговаривать. Может быть, он привык, что я, конечно, ему подчиняюсь, потому что он генерал. Но с тех пор, как я стал спектром, вообще это формально, это такая, получается, политическая игра, действительно, военная, столкновение кодексов. С точки зрения галактического правительства, я сейчас нахожусь вне рамок и законов, как спектр. А как военный Земли, Альянса земного, я нахожусь у него в подчинении. Но вот прикол в том, что галактическое правительство лидирует, особенно здесь, на Цитадели. Так что он все-таки наглеет, на самом деле. Так что иди-ка ты нахрен.
This ship saved our lives a dozen times over.
An exaggeration. I've read your reports. This experiment diverted billions from our appropriations bills. For the same price, we could have had a heavy cruiser. But no, we had to make nice to the Turians, throw money at a co-developed boondoggle. I'm here to make an inspection, Commander. Normandy is an Alliance warship. I intend to see she's up to snuff.
Ты оборзел, товарищ. Будет у меня инспекцию проводить. Это уже далеко не военное судно Альянса. Это теперь судно Спектра. И принадлежит оно Цитадели. Иди нахрен. Боже, как же он меня злит, а. Я думал, сейчас классно, пообщаюсь с кем-то с Земли. Стоит генерал вообще. Можно с ним пообщаться. А он... Так что вали нафиг.
Normandy is an Alliance warship, but she's on loan to the Citadel. That means she's not in your chain of command.
I believe there's something wrong with my ears. Did you just contradict me?
Ты совсем оборзел? Да. Ненавижу таких людей, как он. Привыкли к тому, что они самые главные.
This ship is council property right now. So, respectfully, please clear the gangway.
Have it your way, Commander. But expect me to file a report on this.
Да ради бога, пиши что угодно. Я Спектр. Вот ублюдок, а.
You can see half the Citadel from up here.
Seeing the ward stretching out before you really makes you appreciate the Citadel as a true wonder of Prothean engineering.
Да. Реально город в космосе. Сейчас к интенданту зайдем.
After years of poor economic performance, Exogeny has announced that its research colony on Pharos is finally returning a profit. New discoveries and a dedicated colonization effort have finally paid off for Exogeny. Exogeny's stock rose sharply with the announcement, with investors pleased at this surprising news.
Вот же сволочь, а. Ну, по факту это Цербер. То есть они сейчас выкрутили все так, что теперь же они еще деньги с того, что мы помогли на Ферросе и уничтожили Трианина, они себе еще в плюс обернули. И акции свои подняли. Хотя именно они экспериментировали там над колонистами.
Commander Shepard?
Так, начинается.
Khalees had been seen in Al-Jalani, Westerland News. Would you answer a few questions for our viewers?
Так, вот не люблю я журналистов.
What sort of questions?
People back home have heard a lot of wild stories about you, Commander. I can give you the chance to set the record straight. What do you say?
So long as you understand that I may not be able to answer all questions.
I'm sure our viewers will understand. Humans have been trying to get the respect of the galactic community for 26 years. With that in mind, what are your feelings on being the first human Spectre?
The Spectres represent the best of every species in the galaxy. To be asked to join them is an honor.
Some have said your appointment is the Citadel throwing humans a bone. Have you encountered any situations where the Citadel asked you to place its needs before the needs of Earth?
Так, начинается. Вот поэтому я не хотел это... Начать под меня копать.
I think they know not to ask me to work against my own people.
I think our viewers will be glad to hear that, Commander. You've been given command of an advanced human warship for your missions. Is there anything you'd like to say about it?
Ну, тут турианцы помогали, да. Но она что-то реально лезет.
Actually, the Normandy was co-developed by human and Turian engineers. Its design incorporates many innovations, all of which are classified, I'm afraid.
So the Turians have knowledge of the Normandy that is being kept secret from the Alliance public? Do you think it was appropriate to hand Earth's most advanced warship over to the Citadel?
Да что же она задолбала-то?
Miss Al-Jelani, I wear the Alliance uniform. And if you think anyone other than me says where the Normandy can go, you're sadly mistaken.
No offense intended, Commander. I'm sure you have to follow the orders of your superiors. Of course, now your superiors are aliens. One last question, Commander. Rumors back home say you're tracking a rogue specter named Saren. Do you have any comment on that?
Черт возьми, все, пошло на нафиг. Вали уже.
I've had enough of your snide insinuations.
Что-то я не ожидал такого.
You son of a bitch! I'll make sure everyone in the Alliance sees that. Your career is over.
Что-то сомневаюсь. Иди, пожалуйся на Спектра. Ну, честно говоря, я не очень жалею, что двинул этой особе. Хотя это не входило в мои планы, я думал просто сейчас рявкать на нее. Ну, окей. Здрасте.
Hello, Commander.
Show me what you've got.
I'll open the rare stocks for you, Commander. Enjoy.
Так, что у вас тут есть хорошего? О, лицензия, в которой стоит кучу денег, 6000. Ну, как раз нам на нее хватит. Так, а продавать нам, в принципе, нечего. Да, кстати, о продажах. Ляра. Давай-ка мы... А, у тебя уже стоит. Ну, да ладно. Так, что мы здесь хотели? Во-первых, нас... О, господи. Все отметим. Так, дипломатия Азарии, по-моему, это было оно. В посольском зале президиума Цитадели. Нас туда звали. Ну, давайте в президиум сгоняем. По-моему, это здесь как раз. Нет, так шлюзу. Кстати, а там что у нас? Что-то не помню. А, это СБЦ как раз. Полиция.
Why do you think that? I can't really get into the details, but Shorban will kill me if I leave here unprotected.
I can't help you. Not unless you give me something more to go on.
I can't. I'm sorry. Hey there! Oh, you're not CSEC, are you? Did you want something?
Да не, просто услышали.
What were you trying to explain to the officer before?
My colleague is trying to kill me, and I thought we were friends.
Это правда серьезно.
How do you know he wants you dead?
He's changed. He won't talk to me at work anymore, and he started following me. Yesterday, he followed me all the way home, just waiting for a chance. I don't care what anyone thinks. He wants me gone. I know it.
Что я могу сделать?
Is there something I can do? Talk to your friend, maybe?
Would you? That's all I want. Someone to talk to him. Tell him to leave me alone. He thinks he can just push me around, but you'll show him, won't you?
Okay.
Just tell me where he is and I'll go find him.
Oh, right. Well, he wanted to meet with me down in the wards near the markets. He said he just wanted to talk, but I know better. His name's Shorban. He's a Solarian. You shouldn't have any trouble. He's just a scientist.
Shorban? That's the guy who asked us to scan the Keepers.
И мы его послали, по-моему.
The Keepers? Well, even more reason to go after him. That's against regulations.
Интересно.
I better look into this right away. Find out what he's up to.
Anything's possible with Shorban these days. Well, good luck.
Так, что-то меня немножко переключили, друзья, извините. Ну, давайте сбегаем и правда посмотрим. Я даже, по-моему, дорогу помню отсюда до рынков. по-моему, здесь будет проход. Еще ниже. Да, на самом деле вот есть некая тоска по этим старым добрым РПГ, где можно реально несколько часов заниматься чисто тем, что заниматься реально мирными делами. Не бегать и стрелять во все, что движется, а пообщаться с другими людьми, не знаю, там, с другими персонажами, не знать, что у них, как у них, почему, вообще, что с ними происходит. Здесь я правильно двигаюсь, потому что, в принципе, есть шанс, что я иду не туда. Ну, сейчас посмотрим. Хотя, по-моему, туда, да. Ух ты! Вот этот флагман плывет, гигантский корабль, самый боевой.
Matriarch Ladanya. You met her?
Well, she addressed everyone on the tour, but I got pretty close to her.
Какой.
Huh, just look at that ship. You'd have to be stupid to mess with that.
Very true. She's got almost as much firepower as the rest of the Asari fleet combined.
Hopefully, she'll never need to use it.
Да, невероятная, конечно, махина. А, вот, это мы закроем.
I'm Emily Wong. Did you find
These OSDs might have the information you're looking for.
О, и у нас уровень. Так, давайте мы сразу поднимем. Возьмем один стазис на всякий случай чисто. Так, и будем дальше докачивать барьер. Кайден. Кайден будет докачать подъем. Аляра. Что на Лазаре? О, первой помощи качать. Кстати, у нее еще электроника есть. Круто.
You're Commander Shepard, the hero. Hey, I...
Так, ну, автограф оставили. И с этого момента, как я понимаю, все. Больше у нас не осталось. Ничего, чтобы мы не делали. Вернее, что в этом прохождении я не успел натянуть. А, вот он. Здравствуй, товарищ.
Commander, I wasn't expecting to see you again. Is there something you want?
Да.
Drop the act. I want to know what's going on, Shorban.
I'm not sure what you're referring to. My experiments are...
Quit stalling. Jalid told us you've been after him.
You spoke with Jalid? Then you know about the data?
Так.
No, but you're gonna tell me. Everything.
You boys can go. Looks like my plans have changed. It's not as bad as you think, Commander. Jalid and I just got a little over our heads.
Keep talking.
The company we work for developed an experimental procedure for use in medical scanners. Jalid and I saw even more potential, so we stole the plans and secretly developed a tool to scan the Keepers. Can you imagine? A tool that can actually get readings from the Keepers?
Mm-hmm.
What's so special about that?
The Keepers are almost impossible to scan, and you can't capture them or get samples. They just self-destruct. After centuries here, we still don't know anything about them. Don't you see? We were the first to scan them, ever. You've seen it yourself, Commander. You know we can do it.
А он тут при чем?
Why are you trying to kill your partner?
I'm not trying to kill him. Jalid's job was to disseminate our initial findings. But he decided to keep the data for himself. Maybe to sell it.
О,
I don't know.
господи, два идиота.
I should kill both of you idiots.
We lost our heads. We just couldn't let an opportunity like this pass us by. Commander, if you'll just continue gathering data for me, imagine what we might learn. And you'll stand to make a bit of a profit yourself, remember?
Ну да.
I suppose a little scanning here and there won't hurt anyone?
Very good. Maybe if you wouldn't mind speaking with Jalid. The data you're gathering for me is useless if Jalid won't help me analyze
Да,
it.
вот этот вариант ответа любили часто вот показывать на всяких скриншотах на уровне истинный выбор в Mass Effect. Конечно, может быть, конечно. На самом деле мы уже знаем, система по интонации идет, поэтому да.
I'll go have a chat with him right now.
Thank you. And happy scanning, Commander.
Так, и мне бы, конечно, на самом деле еще прикупить аптечек. Мы тут как раз недалеко от клиники, кстати, были. Сейчас, может быть... хотя можно другим путем-то попасть. Тут же есть быстрое перемещение.
This isn't a proof of purchase. It's a bank statement. It shows that I bought something from you, and I bought it. Well, thank you for buying from me, but this still doesn't prove that you purchased that item from my store. But I didn't buy anything else here. How do I know that? If you don't have the proof of purchase, I can't help you. But... Sorry.
Да, ну тут сюда и снова сюда зайти, посмотрите, как тут дела будут проходить. Так, клиника. Да. Так, купим там. Кстати, о хранителях. Неплохие деньги за них платят. Мне нужно нацелинчика дополнительно.
I need those supplies for my clinic. I can't.
You can and you will, or your story won't stay secret for long. Don't disappoint me, Doctor.
Что ж такое-то, вечно в беду попадает.
Oh, Commander Shepard, I didn't see you come in.
Every time I come in here, I see someone threatening you. Who was that?
Someone from my past. I can take care of it.
I might be able to help you.
I was fired by my previous employer for giving out free medical supplies to clinics like this. They never filed any charges, they just wanted me to leave without any fuss. But somebody must have found out. Now they are blackmailing me. I have to give them what they want. If the board finds out about my past, I could lose my license. They'll shut my clinic down.
Maybe I can get you out of this. Tell me what they want.
I have to give some of my medical supplies to a merchant in the markets. They expect delivery today.
Кто-то получит там.
Give me your contact's name. I'll deal with this guy, whoever he is.
Deal with him? But won't they expose my past?
Пусть попробуют.
They won't bother you again. I guarantee it.
I see. Maybe it's better if I don't know anymore. I was told to speak with a merchant named Morlan down in the markets. I really appreciate this, Commander. Thank you.
Так, у меня другое.
Let me take a look at what you have for sale.
Of course.
Да елки-палки. Я думал, у них есть, у нее есть что-то. Ну тут за бешеные деньги. 399 тысяч! Нифига себе цена. Давайте вернемся на рынки. Чтобы не бежать всю дорогу эту. Все хорошо, что на Цитадели сделали такое перемещение, потому что туда далеко достаточно бегать. Так, это на рынке. А, все, вижу цветный знак.
Hello there. Welcome to Morland's famous shop. You want many good supplies, yes?
Нет.
You were expecting a delivery of medical supplies?
But I was told the doctor would be bringing them.
Change of plans.
A change, but the doctor... I don't... This is not right, human.
Shut up, Morland. I told Baines you'd screw this up. What the hell's going on here? Who are you?
Страшный кошмар. Ну да, будем это Кроганы, с ними лучше пожестче сразу.
Leave the doctor alone, or you'll have to deal with me.
We can end this if you just bring me those supplies. Otherwise, I'll start telling people about the doctor's little secret.
Боже, как хорошо быть Спектром, а?
Her secret stays buried, or I bury you.
Hey, hold on! I'm just the middleman here. This is way more than I bargained for.
Thank you, human. It is good to see him humbled so.
Так.
What do you know about Bane?
I have never met him, human. I only worked with the one who spoke with the doctor.
Goodbye.
Yes, all right then. Good tidings to you, human.
Звучит так, словно я надо познакомиться с этим Бэйнсом. Кто, зачем вообще шантажировать доктора? По-моему, потребовались медицинские запасы.
Oh, sure, I can return that for you.
Другому вариацию.
Hasn't worked well since I bought it.
Hey, are you refunding his stuff?
Here you go. Your account will be credited.
You did! You took his return! Look, I'm telling you, I bought this here. Why won't you return it?
I can't take it back unless...
I know. Unless I have a proof of purchase.
Понятно, турианцы подыгрывают друг другу против людей. Гадят по мелочи. Порадуем доктора, что ли.
Commander, how did things go?
He won't be bothering you anymore.
Really? That's a great relief, Commander. Thank you. I can't pay you for your help, but I can give you a discount on any supplies you purchase here.
Так вот, про Бэйнса мне расскажи.
The thug said he worked for a man named Baines. Sound familiar?
Baines? I wonder if he means Armiston Baines. We worked together a long time ago.
What can you tell me about him?
Last I heard, the Alliance military was contracting him for some research in the Traverse.
Captain Anderson might know him.
Кстати, да.
We'll see what the captain can tell us.
I wish I could tell you more. Is there anything else I can help you with, Commander?
I'll be going now.
Goodbye, Commander. Nice talking to you.
Так, это уже интересно. Ну, заплатил зато неплохие деньги. Давайте-ка нам как раз все равно же нужно. Так, ты? А, тебя мы уже просканировали. Давайте мы тогда вернемся. В любом случае, в президиуме там встреча с заказчицей той. Так что давайте в посольство. Не помню, правда, где точно находится наш капитан Андерсон. По-моему, в посольствах, но я не уверен. Так. Уж как же здесь красиво, конечно, по-своему. Так. Куда? А, все. Кажется, вспоминаю. Вот туда. Если он сейчас в кабинете посла, по крайней мере. Ну да.
I heard what happened under the Artemis Tau cluster. The Council wasn't too happy about the destruction of those Prothean ruins.
This isn't a game, Ambassador. Shepard's out there trying to stop Saren from destroying the galaxy.
I know. Just try to be a little more careful. The Council's watching you, and we all get judged on how you behave.
Ну, вообще-то ты.
Yes, Commander?
Так.
What do you know about Armiston Baines?
Where did you hear that name? Never mind, I don't want to know. Baines is dead. Has been for quite some time.
Это нифига не так, вот не надо.
So why are people talking like he's still alive?
It's not common knowledge. Military's keeping it under wraps. Baines was doing some high-level work for the Alliance. Stuff even I wasn't aware of. One day he turns up dead on a drifting scout ship. Everyone suspects it was foul play, but it was never officially investigated.
Что-то все это как-то реально мутно.
This is a cover-up if I ever heard one.
I don't know much about it. You should talk to Admiral Kahoku. One of his crews discovered Baines' body.
И где его искать?
Any idea how to find him?
Last I heard, he was up in the tower trying to get the Council to investigate Baines' death. Is there anything else, Commander?
Да, тут про Вермайер вон появилось что-то.
Do you know anything about Vermeer?
Sorry, Shepard. I've never even heard of it before all this. You'll have to go out there and check it out for yourself.
Так, а Noveria?
What can you tell me about Noveria?
Noveria's trouble. Always has been. The whole planet's basically a center for corporations to conduct illegal research. Watch your back there, Shepard. Spectres are about the only form of Citadel authority Noveria respects. But they aren't popular.
Уважает, но не любит.
Where can I find out?
Last night. Is there anything else, Commander?
I should go.
I'll be here if you need anything.
Хорошо. Давайте тогда поговорим с заказчицей вот этой. Как ее искать? Впереди. Может, там она где-то? А, вот посольский зал. Это вот... А, все, я понял, где это. Так, это СБЦ. А, вот, да. Это здесь такая милая кафешечка с посланием.
Commander Shepard, I am Nasana Dantius. I see you got my message.
It sounded like you needed some help.
I do. My sister Dahlia is a crewman on a cargo vessel operating out beyond the fringes of the Traverse. Her ship was attacked by privateers. There were no reported survivors.
I'm sorry for your loss.
This is where it gets complicated. Last week, I received a message with her voice on it. Dahlia is alive. The rest of the crew was killed, but she was taken prisoner. The slavers demanded a huge ransom from me in exchange for returning her unharmed.
Интересно.
Why didn't the raiders kill Dahlia along with everyone else?
My sister probably told them who she was. My family's very wealthy, Shepard. They must have realized she was worth more to them alive.
Do you want me to deliver the ransom?
I've already transferred the funds to the account they specified. Only they never released her. They haven't contacted me since. I've made a terrible mistake, Shepard. I'm a diplomatic emissary. By law, I'm required to report any attempted extortion to CSEC immediately. But I was afraid for Dahlia, so I just paid the ransom. Now she's still missing. And if anyone finds out what I did, I could end up in jail.
Всему?
Why would they put you in jail? You're the victim here.
Government representatives on the Citadel are not allowed to negotiate with terrorists. It's too dangerous. Paying a ransom would only encourage more kidnappings. I support the law in theory, but when I got the message, all I could think about was Dahlia's safety. I doubt they would actually send me to prison for what I did, but they would strip me of my post, and Dahlia would still be in the hands of the slavers.
Логично, что тут нужен спектр.
You want me to find her and bring her back?
You only need to bring her back. I've already found her for you. I tracked the ransom payment through several accounts. Eventually, it led to a small mercenary band operating out of the Artemis Tau cluster. I need you to go to the Merc base, take them out, and bring my sister back. You shall be well rewarded.
Ну да. Ну, кстати, да.
Can't you hire someone else to do this?
I do not want to take chances with my sister's life. I need a Spectre. Besides, you operate outside official channels. My superiors cannot find out I never reported the ransom in the first place.
How'd you find out who was behind the ransom?
I have resources. Contacts and credits can go a long way, especially if you're willing to bend the rules. I already broke the law when I paid the ransom. This couldn't make things any worse.
Anything you can tell me about the mercs who have your sister?
Pretty much what you'd expect. Rough, dangerous, and well-armed. Nothing a Spectre cannot handle, though.
Ладно.
Keep your reward. I'll bring your sister back. I promise.
Thank you, Shepard. I knew you were the right man for the job. Come back and see me when the job is done.
Хорошо. С этим мы справимся. И у нас еще адмирал Кахоку. Башня Цитадели. Ха, кстати, можно поязвить. Он там не любил вроде спектров.
So they finally did it. I knew one of your kind would make Spectre one day. I only hope you're better than the one they're sending you after.
I'll do everything I can to stop Saren.
That's what worries me. Was there something you wanted?
I'll be going now.
Goodbye, Commander.
Так, чисто позлорадствовать, что я все-таки стал спектром. Так, и нам в башню цитадели бы попасть. А давайте, нет, давайте добежим чисто, мне вот интересно. Немножко осмотреть это место еще с другой стороны, я помню. Ух ты! Кстати, вот этого я не видел, тут целая статуя стоит, смотрите. И, по-моему, это Кроган. Офигеть! В президиуме статуя Крогана. Чего-то они тут так расщедрились. Да доберусь. О, зато хранитель еще один попался. Что хочешь сказать, Лера?
Some want to see this Krogan monument removed, but it is important to remember our history, even if those memories make us uncomfortable.
If you're gonna make a Krogan statue, you might as well make it big, right?
Да.
Welcome to Presidium Tourism Terminal 3. Here in the financial district, a number of businesses offer various goods and services to their exclusive clientele. The statue you see before you was commissioned to honor the Krogan soldiers who gave their lives to protect Citadel space during the Rachni Wars. In the aftermath of the Krogan rebellions, several embassies petitioned to have the statue removed. However, this motion was eventually quashed by the council.
Так, давайте-ка по порядку, пожалуйста.
What were the Rachni Wars?
Nearly 2,200 years ago, explorers seeking to expand Citadel space opened up mass relays leading to systems controlled by the Rachni. A highly intelligent and aggressive insect race, the Rachni unleashed a war of conquest against the rest of the galaxy that lasted for nearly 3 centuries. The emergence of the Krogan finally turned the tide in favor of the Citadel species. Krogan forces provided the numbers necessary to halt the Rachni advance and drive them back. The Krogan then pursued their retreating fleets. Able to survive the harsh environments of the Rachni homeworlds, the Krogan hunted their enemy to extinction.
Was it really necessary to wipe them out?
I am sorry, but a value judgment of that nature goes beyond my programming.
Так.
Tell me more about the Krogan rebellions.
In recognition of their efforts during the Rachni Wars, the Krogan were granted several new colony worlds by the Council. Over the next 400 years, the Krogan species began to expand. Blessed with an extremely high birth rate, their numbers began to swell. Faced with a critical overpopulation crisis, the Krogan started a violent colonization of nearby worlds inhabited by other Council species. The Krogan rebellions had begun. For a full century, the Council and its member species fought to bring the Krogan under control. With the aid of the newly discovered Turian Empire, they were ultimately successful.
Офигеть. Да, я начинаю понимать. Кроганы живут 1000 лет, при этом беременеют и рожают очень быстро, и обычно по несколько кроганов сразу, если я правильно все помню. Что означало, что фактически с такой продолжительностью жизни, размножаясь, они могли просто заполнить собой все.
You needed the Krogan to stop the Rachni, then you needed the Turians to stop the Krogan. So who's gonna stop the Turians?
I am sorry, but that question is beyond my programming parameters. The Turians are members of the Citadel Council. They are not a threat to galactic peace.
Скажите это Сарану.
Why did the Council fight so hard to keep the statue?
The Krogan were instrumental in saving the galaxy from the Rachni threat. The Council believed this historical fact should not be forgotten. The Council also hoped that preserving the memorial would improve diplomatic relations with the Krogan and bring about a peaceful resolution to the rebellions.
Ну да.
Unfortunately, the Krogan refused to negotiate, and only surrendered after their population and homeworlds had been ravaged by the Turians.
Ну да.
That's all for now.
Thank you for using Avina. Have a pleasant day.
О, да, я все мечтаю поговорить вот с таким товарищем.
Ah, human. This one is greatly pleased to see you here in my decadent emporium. Who are you? This one's face name is Delaninder, though many in this place simply refer to it as Delan. Please take time to examine the fine goods it has for purchase, all of great worth.
Интересно.
Why do you refer to yourself as this one and it?
For the same reason that humans are so inquisitive. It is part of our culture. Specifically, Hanar only refer to themselves in the first person with family or intimates. And we rarely do so with other species. It is just our way.
I think I should be going.
Return soon. This one receives new shipments regularly.
Невероятно. Потрясающие ребята. Так, а нам... Слушай, сколько здесь всего-то?
I'm the only person making sense right now. You're endangering your baby.
This baby is the only thing I have left of Jake. I don't care what you think, Michael. It's my decision.
I know you're hurting, Rebecca, but don't let your grief hurt your baby too.
Так.
Is this man harassing you, man?
Perhaps you can talk some sense into her.
I don't need anyone to talk sense into me, Michael. I'm not undergoing the treatments.
My sister-in-law here is pregnant, and she's refused to let the baby undergo gene therapy in utero.
I'm certain that she has a good reason. I'd like to hear both sides.
My husband Jacob died from a rare heart condition several months ago.
There's a chance that the baby could develop the same heart condition, but routine gene therapy can eliminate it.
A very small chance, Michael. And extranet reports say the therapy could harm the child.
It's less dangerous than the genetic enhancements that every soldier in the Alliance receives.
Наезжать на нее за это. Какая вероятность заболевания, кстати?
What are the chances that your child will develop the heart condition?
According to the doctors, there's a 1 in 50 chance. And if my baby develops the condition, medical treatments are available.
Which are nowhere near as effective as simply getting the gene therapy.
Генная терапия может его реально угробить.
What are the chances that gene therapy could hurt the baby?
1 in 300 at most.
But extranet articles say there could still be long-term complications we don't know about. Don't you understand? If my baby is that 1 in 300, I will always wonder if I killed my baby for nothing.
Вообще да.
It's Rebecca's child, Michael. I think you should honor her decision.
Damn it, she's not choosing. She's acting blindly out of grief.
Ты не наглеешь, а?
Of course she is. So are you. Yelling at her won't bring your brother back.
How dare you? I'm trying to do what's best for the baby.
You're afraid you'll lose the baby, just like you lost your brother.
This baby is the only thing my brother... It's all I have left of him. I need to know that the baby's safe.
It's all I have left too, Michael.
I just want Jacob's child to be safe. I want to give him that much.
We will. I promise. Thank you for talking with us. I appreciate it.
О, круто. То есть это даже не какой-то отдельный целый квест. А, туда нельзя пройти. А жаль. Мне даже интересно. Но хотя, с другой стороны, да, такое огромное кольцо президиума.
This statue shows how well the Protheans blended function and form. The mass relays were not only their greatest technological achievement, but also inspiration for beautiful works of art.
О, там еще один ханар. Ну-ка, интересно.
Creating a public disturbance. It's against Citadel regulations.
Так, поможем СБЦшнику.
This one is unsure why the other would not wish word of the enkindlers to be spread.
That Hanar refuses to listen to reason. Why can't it act in an orderly and lawful manner?
А что случилось?
Are there laws being broken here?
I am not unreasonable. The Hanar is free to spew its nonsense once it purchases an evangelical permit.
Не понял.
What's the purpose behind the evangelical permits?
Forcing religious evangelicals to register for a permit weeds out undesirables. It keeps the area safe. The Citadel is too important to become a battleground for a religious war.
So if the Hanar gets a permit, it's allowed to preach?
No. Registered evangelicals must follow regulations. There are specific areas where preaching is legal. Failure to follow the regulations results in the forfeiture of the license.
Why don't you just arrest the Hanar?
I could arrest the jelly, but my superior has requested that I find a solution that does not anger the Hanar. The Hanar become vocal when they feel their religious beliefs are being suppressed.
If you'd like, I could talk to the Hanar for you.
I have argued with the stubborn jelly all afternoon. You are certainly welcome to try.
Okay.
Do you desire to learn of the enkindlers? Or has the Honorable CSEC officer enlisted assistance?
Вообще, как бы...
The CSEC officer is just doing his job. You're causing trouble.
This one is too humble to suggest that the CSEC officer is personally biased. This one only wishes to spread the truth to any who will listen. There is no intent to cause trouble.
Is this how the Enkindlers would want you to use this gift of consciousness?
The Enkindlers would wish for their message to be spread to all sentient races.
If the Protheans wanted you to force your message on the unwilling, they'd have said so.
This one hears wisdom. Perhaps enthusiasm has clouded judgment in this matter. This one departs now, and will not intrude upon the Presidium again.
Вот так.
I see the Hanar is left. Thank you.
Happy to help.
Here, for your assistance in this matter. Now, if you'll excuse me, I should report to my superiors.
Круто. И у недель добавили. Вот так, друзья. Ну что ж, тогда еще заберем, давайте в башню Цитадели. Найдем там этого Кахоку. И после этого можно, я думаю, уже... возвращаться на корабль. Слетаем, наверное, на Наверию, заодно выполним задание этой Миссаны, или как ее там. А потом вернемся сюда, сдадим квесты, как раз вот эти задания. И уже досмотрим Цитадель, если мы где-то не побывали. Потому что я помню, в первой серии, что ли, нам упоминали про то, что здесь где-то есть еще какое-то казино, в котором мы не были. Мы были в логове Коры, вроде есть еще второе какое-то место. Вот, так что хотелось бы еще туда заглянуть, конечно. Ох, да, друзья. Нет, ну мне, конечно, очень нравится, потому что вообще вот ощущение, знаете, вот, что здесь очень сильно продуманы террасы, вот эти ханары, которые, кстати, вежливы. Насколько я вспомню сейчас, у ханаров даже такая тема есть, что их специально обучают для того, чтобы они... реагировали мягче на грубость, потому что у них вообще полное непринятие грубости. Они абсолютно кристально вежливы всегда. Для них это религиозная часть. Еще сам факт, что они поклоняются протеанам, потому что считают, что именно они и дали им голос и разум ханарам. Для них они как боги. Еще один. Да не буду я сейчас больше ничего набирать. Мне еще своих заданий хватает. Давайте обойдемся. О, да, это он, здесь правильно видел.
Congratulations on becoming the first human Spectre, Commander. I'm certain you'll be up to the challenge.
I appreciate that.
My name is Admiral Kahoku. It's about time the Alliance got one of our own in with
Вот
the
нормальный
Spectres.
адмирал.
We need people like you to deal with our problems.
Captain Anderson said you'd have information on Baines.
Not as much as I'd like to. One of my crews found him, frozen stiff on board a derelict vessel. I sent a recon group to investigate the system where we found his body. We lost contact yesterday. Now I can't get clearance to check it out. Suddenly it's a restricted area.
Что ж там происходит-то?
But that doesn't apply to you, Shepard. Spectres can go anywhere they want. You could find out why my team dropped out of contact.
Согласен.
I'll find them, Admiral.
I appreciate that, Commander. I was running out of options. I'm going to stay here and see if I can find anything out through official channels. Won't hold my breath, though. I'll upload the info on where my team was last seen to your ship. Maybe you can get some answers.
Спасибо. Ну что ж, друзья, тогда можно возвращаться, я думаю. Чтобы уже в следующей серии на это время не тратить. А, еще да, надо было заглянуть в СБЦ и сказать, что найти этого Волуса и объяснить ему, чтобы он вел себя прилично. Вот что мы еще не доделали. Да, вот даже восклицательный знак на нем горит. Сколько мне денег набралось тут уже? 6000. Слушай, нормально так я набрал. Чисто на заданиях.
Hello again. Did you have any luck finding Shorban?
Вот да.
I found out you've been lying to me, Jalid.
Lying? Why would I lie to you?
What about the data? You did not mention that before.
He told you? I didn't mean for any of this to happen. I was afraid Shorban would kill me to get the data, so well, I was hoping you'd take care of him.
I'm scanning the keepers for Shorban, but you two need to stop fighting.
You're helping us? But, well, if you say so. Well, if Shorban can forgive and forget, then so can I. I appreciate the help, Commander. I better go get that data analyzed.
Так, отлично, с этим мы разобрались. Как же здесь скид? Да, это по факту полиция. Это что? На компьютерной консоли. И тут тоже. Ну ладно. Брать всякие совсем мелкие квесты по взлому консоли, там этих всех, это я, наверное, не буду. Это мы так навечно здесь застрянем. Тем более, что это у нас сюжетное прохождение, у нас основная задача основной квест пройти, а дополнительные, ну, вот по пути мы делаем, постольку поскольку. Ну, еще что, конечно...
Corp is still denying reports that one of their survey teams has gone missing in the Hades Gamma cluster. When asked why communication with the survey team was suddenly cut off last week, company officials refused to comment.
Ну, мы уже поняли про Virginia, все, что только можно про них сказать. Так что с ними я больше иметь дело не хочу, принципиально никаких. Так что наш следующий план: сначала пролетим по второстепенкам и отправимся на Наверию. Или наоборот. Сначала, да, наверное, так же, как в прошлый раз. Сначала на Наверию, потом все второстепенные пробежим вот эти. Тем более их немного у нас по факту. У нас только квест спутников. Все правильно понимаю. Пропавшие пехотинцы, разведгруппа. Так, это мы не будем разведгруппу смотреть. Пехотинцы нас интересуют. Неисправный Ли, Гарус, может быть Рекс. Вот. И все. А, и дипломатия Заря. Вот и все, что у нас. Это мы сделаем как раз, я думаю, за следующие 2 серии буквально. И тогда у нас останется только вернуться на Цитадель, еще одну такую диалоговую серию провести.
Stand by, shore party. Decontamination in progress.
А потом отправиться на Вермайер, и я думаю, это будет последнее место, где мы будем. Думаю, наконец мы тогда сумеем Сарана найти.
Logged. The commanding officer is aboard. XO Presley stands relieved.
Так что да, друзья, давайте летим на Наверию, и я думаю, на этом мы закончим.
Message coming in.
Да что ж такое?
Patching it through.
Commander, Miss Al-Jalani's story on you just aired.
О, да.
The brass isn't happy with the way you treated her. This comes straight from the Joint Military Command.
Да плевал я на это.
She wasn't gonna let the facts get in the way of the story she wanted to write.
Commander, if she had done that at a bar, she'd go home in an ambulance. But they want me to make this clear. We can't mistreat the press. Just wanted to let you know what the response was back home. I won't keep you any longer. Fifth Fleet out.
Вот да. Это как-то мало волнует. Зато я прославлюсь как первый спектр человек, который избивал журналистов. Поганых журналистов. О, да, еще есть стероид. Им тоже, наверное, надо будет заняться. Но пока на Наверию. Система мир. Наверия — небольшая холодная планета без водоемов, вряд ли пригодна для питания по общепринятым меркам. Она находится во владении наверианской корпорации развития, сдающей в аренду лаборатории для проведения исследований, которые невозможно провести в другом месте ввиду их опасности или противоречивости. Учитывая ее уникальное местоположение, Наверия часто становится частью различных нелепых теорий заговора. Порт Хэншан. Ну, поехали!
Approach control, this is the SSV Normandy, requesting a vector into berth.
Normandy, your arrival was not scheduled. Our defense grid is armed and tracking you. State your business.
Citadel business. We got a Council Spectre aboard.
Landing access granted, Normandy. Be advised, we will be confirming identification on arrival. If confirmation cannot be established, your vessel will be impounded.
What a fun bunch. I think I'll take my next leave here.
Отлично, друзья. На этом мы уже будем в следующей серии. Продолжим. Ну что ж, ставьте лайк, если вам понравилось. Спасибо вам за ваши комментарии, подсказки. Если будут какие-то идеи, подсказки, говорите. Без спойлеров только, пожалуйста, потому что я уже много не помню, и для меня это во многом будет сюрпризом. Многие вещи я боюсь. Так что с вами увидимся тогда в следующей серии. До новых встреч. Пока.